Do you know your body's response to trauma and anxiety? Yeah, I was asked that in treatment, and I initially did not have an answer to that question. So my name is Ms. Doreen Gimla. I'm a life coach, a healing coach for women specifically, but also men. And I'm just here to make more healthy and whole people in this world. We need a world with more people who are healed and whole. So that is just what I'm passionate about. As you see the passion in the voice. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about the your body's trauma response. Like, what do you feel? Like, I think that you should take a minute, if you have, to just like really explore what you do when you have experienced trauma or you're experiencing anxiety. I'm going to go through a list and just tell you guys a couple of mines that I notice that I have, and hopefully that will like maybe ring a couple bells for you. It's very important to do this because this like gives us really good insight on yourself. Part of your healing journey is learning about yourself. Learning self is healing. So I'm going to tell you guys some of mine. So see if you guys relate and tell me if you don't. One thing was I would always feel a physical sensation I have is a stirring up in this in the stomach, like not like butterflies, but like a sick feeling when I get that anxiety and I'm anxious and I'm nervous. I just feel like my stomach is turning. Like, oh, I hate that feeling so much. I it's just a sinking sensation. Another thing is, this is more of an action that I would do when with traumatic events. After a traumatic event would happen, I would always find a way to joke about it. I would joke about my own misfortune so much. I still do it. It's like I love to laugh, so that's kind of part of my personality. But I'm actually not sure, is it part of my personality, or did I develop it because I had a lot of trauma and I had to figure out how to like deal with it? So I laugh about a lot of things that I shouldn't laugh about, but baby girl be laughing. So that's something that is really my response to trauma. Another thing, during this time, my room looked like a hoarder's house. It was disgusting. It was a mess. And that was just because I was dealing with so much depression. But also, what it was is I was making myself uncomfortable. I grew up in houses where I was uncomfortable, where I was a guest in my own home. So when it was my home, in my space that I can make my own, I made it uncomfortable subconsciously. I turned my place into a place I didn't even want to be. I was never even comfortable in my own bedroom. So that is something that I noticed. That was a big light bulb moment for me. I think another big light bulb moment was me just realizing that I don't know how to feel my emotions, that I intellectualize my emotions, and I'm always viewing them from a logical perspective, because while I was going through this exercise, I realized it was really hard for me to figure out, what am I feeling when I'm feeling anxious? Like I couldn't like when trauma, like I couldn't like trauma. Okay, what am I feeling when I have trauma? I couldn't even think of an emotion. I'm like, okay, it happens and I move on. That's literally like my first thought. I really had to dig deep before I came up with some of these responses. Another thing, the rest of these are really physical sensations. My heart would beat really, really fast. Like, that's something that's common to a lot of people. I feel shaky. I get a little shaky, like my hands are shaking and this, that. I already, because of that, I have a nervous tick. I have a lot of anxiety. So you'll see me, if you're ever talking to me, shaking my leg or fidgeting or shaking, that's like a nervous tick that I have from just having anxiety and so much anxiety. So now, because of all the trauma I've been through in my childhood years, I have like a constant anxiety all the time. So even when I'm not necessarily like anxious because nothing's really happening, I'm like, I have the anxiety quirks. Another thing is just tensing up. I clench my teeth a lot. I can feel it on the side of my cheeks. I do it so much. Sometimes I'm like, dang, Miss Story, you're clenching the heck out of your teeth. Like, you need to stop. Like, so yeah, I clench my teeth a lot, and and who knows, maybe I grind when like grind my teeth when I'm sleeping. Who knows? But I definitely know for a fact that I clench my teeth. Another thing is not breathing. When I have anxiety, I don't breathe. That's why when I'm talking, sometimes I feel like I'm out of breath because I'm talking so fast. That's another thing that's another thing. When I have anxiety, I start talking fast. I talk so fast. I'm speaking fast. I'm not breathing. I'm just like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, whoa, girl, slow your roll, calm down. Everything is gonna be all right, bud. Anyways, I'm just sharing some of me in my life and what my trauma responses are. I would love to know what your trauma responses are. You could write it down in the comment section. Also, the link to my life coaching. I do life coaching. The link to my life coaching is in the bio. So just go ahead and visit if you want some like in-depth tricks and traits, or you want a plan. And we could do a plan where you actually get healing. Some people try therapy and therapy doesn't work. This life coach, no, this is gonna work. We're getting into the business. We're making a plan. We're sticking to it, and you're gonna see transformation. But yeah, that's it, y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Bye. I'm a bit intense, aren't I?